Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Anna Medina in for Paxton Boyd tonight. We begin with breaking news out of Western Kentucky. A Bowling Green police officer is shot. As ABC affiliate WBKO reports, police say the officer was shot at a car mart on Russellville Road in Bowling Green. Police say the officer was airlifted to a hospital and there's no word yet on his condition. Governor Andy Beshear taking to social media tonight asking for prayers for the officer, saying in part, quote, "Kentucky, please join Brittany and me in prayer for this officer, their family, and fellow officers," end quote. In our top story tonight at 11, a closer look at homicides in Lexington after a teenager was found shot to death yesterday, marking this the city's 10th homicide this year. The coroner has identified the teen as 16-year-old Christopher Valdez. Police say they found his body at Pine Meadows Park on Tazewell Drive while investigating a shooting yesterday afternoon that also sent two others to the hospital. Lexington police crime data shows homicides are down this year, with yesterday's the first in the city in more than a month. Crime data shows the previous homicide, the 9th in Lexington this year, happened on May 28th, with the shooting death of 35-year-old Kevin Reel. Around this time last year, there were at least 23 homicides reported in Fayette County. Jordan, you tell me it's a steamy forecast and there's also some rain.
Yes, unfortunately, and that falls on a bad time. It's coming for the weekend. It seems like we can't catch a break on the weekends,
Yeah.
But anyways, here we go. We've had a good amount of rain and storms for the better part of the afternoon and evening, but we've since quieted down here mostly across the area. Maybe just a few patches of drizzle or a very light shower. That could also set us up for some fog for the overnight, so keep that in mind if you're heading out early on Friday. As far as temperatures right now, we're still deep into the 70s, 76 here in Lexington, 75 down in Richmond, 75 Somerset, and we still have a heat index making our temperatures feel a degree or two warmer than what your thermometer actually shows. 80 in Frankfort, 76 here in Lexington, 75 there in Richmond. Now, throughout the overnight, we'll see temperatures that'll drop very slowly, only making it to around the 70-degree mark to start our Friday. And then tomorrow afternoon, we're back into the mid to upper 80s with a heat index that will be near 90. But coming up in our weather headlines, yes, we'll track out that dry Friday that's in store, but we'll also look ahead towards the weekend as we could be tracking multiple rounds of storms that could bring strong thunderstorms and potential for some flash flooding. All that and more in your Storm Team forecast.
Now to an ABC 36 update. A Scott County grand jury has indicted the man accused of shooting and killing a Scott County Sheriff's deputy during a traffic stop. The state attorney general's office says 45-year-old Stephen Xing Shang was indicted for murder and other charges earlier today in connection to the death of Deputy Caleb Conley. As we've reported, Conley was shot and killed during a traffic stop on I-75 back in May. An investigation is underway in Estill County after a man found human remains while working on his driveway. Irvin police say the man was leveling his driveway last night around 9:30 when he found a long piece of bone and clothing. It happened at a home on Oak Street, a quiet residential neighborhood. Police say the bone was later identified as a femur, and that wasn't the only one. Other pieces of bone were also found, including a clavicle. Neighbors we talked to nearby who did not want to be on camera told us they have a lot of questions. Meantime, police tell ABC 36 it's believed the bones may have been transferred to that spot. The remains have now been sent out of state for further examination, and at this point, the identity of the remains has not yet been released. Now to Lexington. Richmond Road is back open after a crash this morning near Panera Bread. Police say a dump truck hit a power pole near Panera Bread and Krispy Kreme donuts. The crash left power lines down and closed Richmond Road between Patchen Drive and Mount Tabor Road for hours. Police say the road reopened around 2 this afternoon. The Department of Transportation says the truck driver was issued a citation. In your Nation View, Elon Musk and Twitter taking action after the launch of Mark Zuckerberg's new social media platform, Threads. It went live last night with Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram. As ABC's Rena Roy reports, Zuckerberg says millions of users have already signed on.
Twitter is fighting back after the launch of new social media platform Threads. According to sources familiar with the letter's existence, Twitter's legal team sending a cease and desist letter to Threads Thursday, accusing Meta, Threads creator and the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, of misappropriating Twitter's trade secrets, and said Meta hired former Twitter employees who retained proprietary information. Threads launched Wednesday night, and users have been joining in droves, over 5 million in the first 4 hours. From celebrities like Shakira to Jennifer Lopez to the Backstreet Boys posting the pun, "Oh my God, we're back again."
You can repost. It looks just like Twitter.
Mark Zuckerberg writing on his Threads page, the vision for Threads is to create an open and friendly public space for conversation. There's a 500-character limit and 5-minute video limit. Accounts for those 16 and under automatically private. Threads has a similar interface to Twitter where you can post, have conversations, and respond to others.
It's trying to attract people who, are Twitter users, are Twitter fans, but are uncomfortable with the current direction of the site.
Once you download the app, you can sign in with your Instagram account, which carries over your username, verification, followers, and people you know.
Threads is built on top of Instagram, which already has billions of users all around the world. And that's going to make a ready-made audience that all of these other would-be Twitter competitors just simply haven't had.
And even though there are Twitter competitors out there, experts say Threads seems to be the most viable because it has a big company behind it, it's user-friendly, and it's easy to transition to because you can use your Instagram account. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Well, still ahead, new kits on the way to help children with asthma. And a turning point in the fight against Alzheimer's disease, the latest treatment now fully approved by the FDA.
And we'll show you coming up after the break how you can see our precipitation chances really set to increase by the time we get into our Saturday. We'll break it down hour by hour and show you the latest forecast model when we return. Stay with us.